Welcome to another episode of My 2 cent. My name is Paul Emerson, and I will be giving you my 2 cent. Today's topic is going to be a channel update. I started My 2 cent almost 8 years ago. At least my original channel is that old. My adversities in life both motivated the production of My 2 cent as well as hold back production. Currently, I am the president of the Bank of Paul Emerson, owner and lead writer for My 2 cent Comics, and the sole proprietor of Ebony LLC. All of these hats I wore as I sought stable employment in the private industry sector, up until age 34 when I joined the military, enlisting into active duty into the Army. So, what are my adversities? Before I answer that, I want to start with YouTube. YouTube is a huge social media platform, but it has unfortunately transformed into the very thing it advertised itself as not being. With all of the current brands and restrictions on content creation and the profit driven manipulation of YouTube algorithms, YouTube is no longer what it was, which means that if I want to survive in the YouTube landscape, I have to adapt as well. Creatures that do not evolve go extinct. This is true for me, this is true for YouTube. The nature and direction of My 2 cent has always been elusive to me because there are certain restrictions that I have placed on myself when it comes to my platform as a producer. The biggest restriction that I have put on myself, which is obvious in my content, is that I don't want to educate as an entertainer. My 2 cent is not about entertainment, it's about learning. The social restrictions that I place on myself is not to be deliberately offensive. I am a scientist. I strive to be as bias free as possible and as non judgmental as possible, while I value the truth above all other things. My universal truth must not infringe on other universal truths. I must teach and provide clarity without knowingly or deliberately going out of my way to attack or infringe on others' rights to have an opinion or a belief system. YouTube more and more have moved in this direction. Content creators on YouTube platforms, like all other media currently being produced, desire to entertain or troll its viewers, which implies that if I want to stay on the YouTube platform, I must also adapt, which means changing my approach to how I produce my videos. This video serves as an apology to my community. If I'm going to survive YouTube, I must become an actor. See, the reality for me is that I created YouTube because I don't have the values of the people around me. I am a much better person by principle than everyone else around me. The goal for me was to inspire others to move away from the generalized approach to socialization that YouTube is currently promoting. I don't understand why humanity values our lowest vibration. I get I get immaturity. I understand adolescent humor. But there's a huge difference between a fart joke and needless disrespect. And as I watched what videos do well on social media and what videos do poorly on social media, it is clear to me that the algorithm understands that as well. My 2 cent is meant to be a platform where we can come together and with each other on a higher intellectual spectrum. That is my desire, to have a casual philosophical conversation without it also being a passive aggressive pissing contest. This is my adversity as an American that is also African American who happens to be male. I'm not culturally allowed to be intelligent because I couldn't afford college. I couldn't afford to go to college. My objective understanding of the sciences is subjectively invalid. Because of my ethnicity, I have to prove that I'm intelligent to a prejudiced culture that won't accept me on principle. I'm simply expected to waste energy engaging in a cultural understanding. And lastly, and most importantly to my platform, my disenfranchisement to religion specifically, to, to Christianity specifically. I am automatically immoral and evil. With no way to prove or validate my ethics or morality on a religious culture that prides and validates its ethics and morality on loving Jesus Christ, which shuns and rejects science and philosophy. And with that, I'm rambling. In closing, this video is meant to serve as my apology for using the YouTube platform to create a presence for myself on the internet and within a digital society. As always, my name is Paul Emerson, and I have just given you my 2 cents.